All right, welcome to today's live stream. We've got Napoleon going up against Anthony Wayne in an NLL conference match. If I can just get somebody to give me a quick shout out, make sure that they can hear me. All right, up first for the girls, we've got Heather McMahon on lane 7. And it looks like Ella Fox up on lane 5. Heather gets 9, leaves the 10 pin. Ella gets 9, leaves the 4 pin. Heather, spare attempt. Misses just inside. Ella's spare attempt underway. She picks it up. Next up for Napoleon, we've got Jalen Rupel on lane number 7. And Abby Detmer coming up on lane number 5. Jalen's first shot, she gets 7, leaves the 2-4-5. Abby, the 7 is wobbling, but it won't go down. Meanwhile, we got Anthony Wayne up on lane number 6 with her spare attempt. Picks it up, nice spare. Jalen's spare attempt underway. Misses, pulls it, picks up 1. Abby looks like she pulled it as well, misses the 7 pin. All right, switching over to the boys' match. Got Anthony Wayne up on lane number 2, looking to pick up his spare. He gets 2 out of the 3. We've got Ashton Kiesling up on lane number 3 for Napoleon. He gets a strike. Preston Miller up for Napoleon. He had a spare in the first frame. Lane number 4. And we've got Elijah Wolf up for Napoleon on lane number 2. Preston gets 9. Leaves the 10 pin, as does Elijah. Preston, spare attempt underway. Picks it up easily. And Elijah misses just inside. Anthony Wayne misses their spare on lane number 3. On lane number 1, picks up a strike for Anthony Wayne. We got James Gherkin and Jacob Hull. Jacob Hull up on lane number 4 with a strike. And James picks up 9, leaves the 10 pin. Ashton up on lane number 4 with a strike. And James picks up his spare. Back to the girls. Anthony Wayne pulls her shot. Gets 5 on lane number 5. Anthony Wayne on lane number 7. Looking to pick up her spare here. We've got Ella Fox up on lane number 6, left a 7 pin, picks it up. That's 2 spares for Ella. Up on lane number 7, we've got Heather. Heather had a strike in the second frame. This is frame number 3 for her. Hits a little bit heavy, ends up leaving the 310. Abby Detmer with a strike over on lane number 6. Ella up again on lane number 5. This is her third frame. Working on a spare, hits a little heavy, ends up leaving the 3-6-10. Heather gets 1 out of the 2. 310's a tricky little split. You either have to go right between the two of them or go to the left side of the 3 and kick the 3 back into the 10. Fortunately, Heather's ball went right straight at the 3. Ella picks up her spare on lane number 5. Jalen Rupel up on lane number 7. Gets 9, leaves the 10 pin. Anthony Wayne picks up 5 on her first ball on lane number 6. Abby's a little light, ends up leaving the 1-2-4-10. Jalen just loses it to the right. Can't convert her spare. Back to the boys. Jacob leaving an ugly split, the 4-6-7-10 on lane number 4. Got Elijah Wolf up on lane number 2. Looking to convert a 10 pin, which he does. Jacob picks up 2 of the 4. That's about all you can do. Anthony Wayne boys up on lane number 3. Gets 8, leaving the 4-7. We've got James Gherkin on lane number 2 and Ashton Kiesling up on lane number 4. Ashton with a strike. James gets 8, leaving the 3-6. Anthony Wayne can't convert their spare on lane number 3. Up on lane 1, Anthony Wayne can't get the 7 pin to fall. James with his spare attempt on lane number 2 gets 1. Back to the girls. We got Jalen Rupel up for Napoleon on lane number 8. Gets 6. He's a little light on that one. Coming up on lane number 6 is Ella for Napoleon, but first we've got Anthony Wayne up on lane number 5 for the girls. And she gets the 10 pin to fall. She leaves the 7. Ella's a little light, leaving the 2-4-5-7. Jalen's able to convert her spare over on lane number 8. Anthony Wayne, second ball on lane number 7. Loses it off to the left. And Anthony Wayne picks up their spare on lane number 5. We've got Spencer Schweiger up on lane number 8. Can't get the 10 pin to fall. Ella picks up her spare on lane number 6. Brings up Heather McMahon on lane number 7 for the girls. Heather with the strike. Abby Detmer on lane number 6. Comes back a little too hard. Ends up leaving the 3 pin. Spencer can't convert her 10 pin. We got Elijah up on lane number 1 for the boys with a strike. Nice ball, Elijah. Anthony Wayne boys up on lane number 3. He gets a strike. Preston up on lane number 4 for Napoleon boys. Nice strike, Preston. James up on lane number 1. Can't get the 7-pin to fall. That's 9 for him. Anthony Wayne, another 2-hand bowler. Can't get the 7-pin to fall. Anthony Wayne up on lane 3 with a strike. James going after his 7-pin on lane number 1. Converts it. Anthony Wayne misses their spare attempt on lane number 2. We got Jacob Hull up on lane number 4 after a re-rack. With a strike. Spencer gets 9 on lane number 7, leaving the 6-pin. Anthony Wayne picks up their spare on lane number 5. Lane number 6 had left the 8-10. She picks up one of those. We've got Ella up on lane number 5, and Spencer looking to convert her spare here. Ella's ball's away. She gets 6. Spencer gets her spare. Ella leaves the 2, 4, 5, 8. Anthony Wayne girls, they're wobbling, but she gets 9 of them to fall. But the 2-pin just won't go down. Ella, spare attempt underway. Gets 2 of them. Jacob with a strike on lane number 3. It's back strikes for him. Actually, it's 3 in a row. We've got Ashton. Got a spare in the last frame. Gets the strike on lane number 3. Anthony Wayne boys up on lane number 4. First ball. A little light. Gets 7. Ends up leading the 2, 7, 8. Anthony Wayne misses their spare attempt on lane 1. Misses their spare attempt on lane 2. Spencer picks up her spare, or I'm sorry, that was Jalen. Jalen picks up her spare on lane number 8. Brings up Ella and Spencer. Ella's on lane 6, Spencer on lane 8. Ella gets a strike, nice ball, and Spencer gets a strike, another nice ball. All right, we've got Preston up on lane 4 for the boys. He gets a strike. That's 3 in a row for Preston. Got Elijah Wolf on lane number 1. He's got 2 strikes working. 1 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th. And add another one for frame number 7. Anthony Wayne kind of goes through the middle, leaves 6, leaves the 7, the 6, 7, 9, 10. Jacob Hall with a strike. It's at least 4 in a row for him. James Gherkin with a strike over on lane number 1. That's 2 in a row for him. Anthony Wayne picks up their spare, lane 3. We've got Ashton on lane 4 and Elijah Wolf on lane number 2. Ashton gets 7. Leaves a split, though. He's got the 3, 4, 7. Right, switch back to the girls. We got Spencer Schweiger up on lane number 7. Strike for her. That's 2 in a row. Anthony Wayne picks up their spare in lane number 6. Another spare attempt over on lane number 5, but she pulls it inside. We've got Ella coming up. She's got a strike in the 6th. Can't get the 7 pin to fall. Anthony Wayne, spare attempt on number 7. Leaves it outside. Anthony Wayne girls gets 8 on lane number 6, leaving a 310. Heather McMahon up on lane number 8. Gets the strike. Ella on lane number 5. Spare attempt underway. Gets it. All right, we've got Ashton up on lane number 3 for Napoleon. Coming off that rough split in the last frame. Gets it back on track with a strike. Strike from Abby Detmer over on the girls' side. Anthony Wayne, lane number 4, with the strike. All right, Elijah's coming up for Napoleon, lane number 1. And then Preston looks like he's coming up on lane number 4. But first we've got Anthony Wayne, lane number 3. A little light, gets 8. Elijah with the strike over on lane 1. Preston, his first attempt is underway. He gets the 7 pin to go down, leaving just the 10. That could have been ugly. He gets 9. James Gherkin coming up on lane number 1 for Napoleon. He gets a strike. And switching back to the girls. We got Heather up on lane number 7. She gets a strike. Ella left the 7 pin on lane number 6. Spencer picks up her spare over on lane number 8. Or I'm sorry, yeah, I believe that was her spare. Ella picks up her spare. Abby on lane 6 gets 8, leaves the 4-7. Abby gets 1 of those. Jalen's up. She gets the strike. Looks like I was incorrect. I'm looking at Spencer's score. She did not pick up the spare last frame. She gets the strike on this frame, though. All right, switching back to the boys. We've got Ashton up on lane number 4. Loses that one to the right. We've got Elijah up on lane number 3. And he picks up his 7-pin for his spare. And Elijah finishes the first game with 236. Preston Miller, it looks like he finished with a 213. Jacob Hall with a 220. We've got James Gherkin starting his 10th frame. Gets 9, leaves the 8-pin. Ashton with a strike to finish with a 225. James picks up his spare. He's sitting with a 203 right now. If he throws a strike, he can max out with a 213. So all 5 of the Napoleon boys bowlers are in the 200s. James, final ball, first game. Strike. So he ends up with a 213. Switching back to the girls who are finishing up their first match, or first game in the individuals. As you'll recall, there's in a conference match, there's 2 individual matches, or 2 individual games followed by 3 Baker matches. In the individual games, 5 bowlers each bowl their own individual games. In the Baker matches, they take turns bowling each frame, a 5-person team, and then total pins will win the match. So Ella starts out the 10th frame with a strike. Heather McMahon has finished the 10th frame with a 191. Jalen Rupel up to finish her 10th frame. She's got 2 strikes, and she picks up 8 in her final ball for a 177. Ella with another strike in the on lane number 6. That's back-to-back strikes in the 10th for her. Anthony Wayne looking to convert in the 10th. Can't quite do so. Anthony Wayne finishes with a 182 over on lane number 5. Spencer Schweiger with 9, leaving the 4-pin. And Ella gets 8 on her final ball to finish at 170. Jalen Rupel finished with a 177. Anthony Wayne gets a strike to start the 10th frame. She's working on a spare. All right, we've got James Gherkin with a 213, Jacob Hull with a 220, Ashton Kiesling with a 225, Elijah Wolf with a 236, Preston Miller with a 213 for a total of 1107. Anthony Wayne had a 173, that was Benjamin Bethel. Luke Bethel, 202. Alex had a 165. Brock had a 118 and a sub of 162 for a total of 820. Abby picks up her spare. Spencer finished with a 192. She had missed the spare in the 10th. Anthony Wayne picks up her spare, or I guess that was her final ball. Abby just a little light. gets 7 and finishes with a 158. All right, switch back over to the boys. Jacob Hull up, first frame. A little light, gets 7. Leaves the 2, 4, 8. Looks like Elijah and James both started out with strikes in the first frame. Anthony Wayne gets 9 on lane number 3, leaving the 4-pin. Anthony Wayne gets a strike on lane number 2. Jacob picks up his spare. Nice spare. Brings up Ashton Kiesling for Napoleon in lane number 4. Anthony Wayne picks up their spare on lane number 1, but can't quite convert on lane number 3. And a strike for Ashton. Brings up Riley Ehlers for Napoleon. I believe that's Riley. Up on lane number 3. Looks like he's in for Preston. He gets a strike. Anthony Wayne gets 7, leaving the 4, 7, 10 on lane number 4. Anthony Wayne, lane number 2, gets 9, leaves the 10-pin. Spare attempt on lane number 1, gets it for Anthony Wayne. And a strike for Jacob over on lane number 3 for Napoleon. All right, boys' scores. These are the girls' scores. We have Abby Detmer with a 158, Ella Fox with a 170, Heather McMahon with a 191, Jalen Rupel with a 177, and Spencer Schweiger with a 192 for a match play total of 888. For Anthony Wayne, we've got Samantha with a 116, Chelsea with a 74, Marissa with a 136, Christine with a 116, and Emma with a 182 for a total of 624. Elijah gets 9 on his first ball in the second frame, getting ready to throw the spare ball here. And he picks it up. Brings up James Gherkin. James working on a strike in the first frame. And we've got Riley for Napoleon up on lane number 4. James gets 8, leaves the 6-10. Riley gets the strike. Ella can't pick up her 7-pin on lane number 6. Brings up Abby Detmer and Spencer. Abby on lane number 6, Spencer on lane number 8. Spencer hits a little heavy, ends up leaving the 3, 6, 7. Abby hit a little, I want to say light, leaves the 7-pin. All right, as they prepare for their spare, Abby's definitely got the easier of the two. She converts the 7-pin. Spencer picks up 2, can't get the other pins to kick over into the 7. Anthony Wayne picks up their spare on lane number 7. Riley coming up for Napoleon, lane number 3, picks up his spare. That's in the 4th frame. Oh, looks like he missed it. Yep, there's a score correction. Couldn't actually see the pin. I was just counting on the scoreboard, but the scoreboard was wrong. Anthony Wayne, lane number 4, a little heavy. Ends up leaving the 3-6. Anthony Wayne with a spare attempt over on lane number 2. Picks it up. We've got Jacob Hall for Napoleon, lane number 3. Gets the strike. That's 3 in a row for Jacob. We've got Ashton coming up. Ashton leaves another split. This one the 4-9. Anthony Wayne with a strike over on lane number 2. Ashton's spare attempt, he just gets 1. Ella with a strike on lane number 5 for the girls. Spencer over on lane number 7, also with a strike. That'll bring up Abby Detmer for Napoleon, lane number 5. She has a spare in the 1st frame. And she's got 9, leaving the 9 pin. Anthony Wayne on lane number 7 gets 6, leaving the 1-3-8-9. Heather up for Napoleon on lane number 8 with a strike. Anthony Wayne hits a little light on lane 6, leaving the 2 pin. Abby picks up her spare. Jalen up for Napoleon, lane 8. She gets 9, leaves the 6 pin. We've got Elijah Wolf up for the boys, lane number 2. And he leaves a split. It's the 4-7-10. Riley Ehlers up on lane number 4. Hits a little light, some late pinfall. He gets 9, leaves the 2 pin. All right, up for Napoleon on lane 8 is Spencer. But before that, it looks like Ella's ready to go on lane 6. Which leaves the 10 pin. Spencer gets them all to fall. It's a strike for her. Heather up on lane number 7. She's working on a strike in the 3rd. She gets the strike. Anthony Wayne with a strike over on lane number 8. Ella's spare attempt underway. She converts. Jalen up on lane number 7. Hits just a tiny bit heavy. Leaves the 4-7. Riley gets 9. Leaves the 7 pin. James looking to convert his 4-7 for his spare. Does so. Jacob takes another look at it, steps back. Looking to convert a spare for the 6-10. And does so. Strike for Anthony Wayne over on lane number 2. Riley, spare attempt, picks it up in lane number 3. Ashton up on lane number 4 with a strike for Napoleon. Spencer, Herb first ball underway, leaves a 7-pin. Ella up on lane number 5. Another 10-pin hanging in there. Heather up on lane number 8 for Napoleon. She gets a strike. That's 3 in a row for Heather. Spencer leaves it just inside. Can't convert. Ella takes an aim at the 10-pin. Looks good. Picks it up. Jalen up on lane number 8. Crosses over, a little heavy, leaves the 9-pin. Gets 9. We got James Gherkin coming up for Napoleon on lane number 1. And he gets a strike. Looks like Elijah had a strike the last frame. Looking to build on it here, coming up on lane number 2. Does so. He gets back-to-back strikes for Elijah. Riley on lane number 4. Strike for him. James up on lane number 2. He gets another strike. That's 2 for him. Jacob had a strike in the last frame. Can he make it 2? Absolutely. Ashton's working on 2 strikes here. Looking for the 3rd. And he gets it. Riley up on lane number 3. He gets a strike. That's 2 in a row for him. Got Ella for Napoleon coming up on lane number 6, and then I see Heather standing up. Ella hits just a tiny bit heavy, but it carries for a strike. Heather, lane number 7, gets 9, leaves the 4-pin. Abby Detmer leaving the 4-7-8. Heather takes aim at her spare here. Looks good. Picks it up. Abby looking at her spare. It's on the way. She gets 2. All right, we got Elijah for the boys up on lane number 1. 2 strikes going. And he gets 9, leaves the 6 pin. Riley also working on 2 strikes here in the 7th and the 8th. Coming into the 9th frame. He gets 7, leaves the 2-5-8. Elijah can't convert his spare. Pushes it outside. Riley spare attempt underway. Picks up 2 of the 3. James Gherkin with another strike. We've got Ella Fox up on lane number 5. Gets 8, leaves the 4-7. Spencer can't convert her spare. Spare attempt. Covers it nicely. Abby up on lane 5. Jaylin up on lane 8. Abby can't get the 7 pin to fall. Jaylin can't get the 5 pin to fall. Ashton gets a strike. Riley comes up, lane number 3, looking to convert his 10 pin. Does so. We got James. Abby did convert her spare, as did Jaylin. James with another strike. That's at least 4 in a row for James. Looks like we've got a substitution over on the girls' side. We've got our freshman, Sydney, in for Spencer, it looks like. Sydney comes in and rolls a strike. We got Ella over on lane number 6, working on a spare in the 6th. Gets him to fall down. That's a strike for Ella. We got Heather coming up on lane number 7, but first Anthony Wayne over on lane number 8. Ends up leaving a split, the 4-6-10. Heather with her first ball. Looks like the 8th frame for her. She gets the strike. Abby, this will be the 7th frame for her, ends up with a split. She leaves the 7-9. Not an easy split. Jaylin up on lane number 7. She gets the strike. Abby's spare attempt picks up just 1. That's about all she can do. All right. We've got Preston in, finishing up the 10th frame for Elijah with a 159. Riley Ehlers finished with a 180. Jacob finishes with a 233. We've got Ashton and James coming up for Napoleon. First, we've got Anthony Wayne over on lane number 2. Goes through the nose a little bit, leaves the 3-6. James gets another strike to start the 10th. as does Ashton. Anthony Wayne, spare attempt lane 2, picks it up. Ashton with his second ball in the 10th, as does James. Ashton gets 9. James, the 6-pin, or the 4-pin was wobbling, but it doesn't go down. That's a strike for Anthony Wayne on lane number 2. Ashton picks it up, as does James. So Ashton will finish with a 235, and James just slightly behind with a 232. Both good games. Switching back to the girls' match. Ella picked up 9 to start the 8th frame here. We've got Jalen over on lane number 8. Gets her strike. That's in the 9th, or I'm sorry. Yeah, that's in the 9th frame for her. Ella picks up her spare. That'll bring up Sydney for Napoleon on lane number 8. And also Abby up on lane number 5. Anthony Wayne, spare attempt coming on lane number 6. Gets all but 1. Sydney with another strike. Abby, she gets a strike on her ball. So Sydney comes in with strike, spare, strike. They're up on lane number 7. Gets the strike. That's a strike for Heather to start the 10th. Anthony Wayne leaves 2 on this lane number 6. Heather with her second ball in the 10th. Meanwhile, Ella up on lane number 6. That's a strike for Heather. This is her 9th frame. Ella with a strike on lane number 6. So as a recap for the boys, we have Riley Ehlers with a 180, James Gherkin with a 232, Jacob Hull with a 233, Ashton Kiesling with a 235, and then Sub Bowler with 159 for a 1039 total. For Anthony Wayne, we've got 180 for Benjamin. Luke had 185, Alex 175, Brock 167, and the Sub 137 for a total of 844. And Heather finishes with a 6 count for a 199, just shy of 200. Jalen up on lane number 7 to start the 10th frame. She starts it with a strike. She had strikes in the 8th and the 9th. Anthony Wayne leaves the 10 pin over on lane 6. As well as on lane 5. Jalen hits just a little heavy, ends up splitting on her, leaves the 4, 6, 7. Anthony Wayne hangs on lane 6 to pick up the spare. misses just inside on lane 5. Jalen should be going for 2 here. Oh, just misses inside. And she'll end up with a 199. Ella up on lane number 5. She has a strike working in the 9th. And she gets 9, leaves that 10 pin. Sydney with a strike in the 10th. Ella, spare attempt underway, loses it, pushes it outside. She'll end up with a 176. Sydney, second ball in the 10th on lane 7, and Abby up on lane 5. Sydney gets 7. Abby gets the strike. Abby's got strikes in the 8th and the 9th. So that's 3 in a row for her. Anthony Wayne with a strike to start the 10th on lane 6. Sydney picks up the spare. Abby's second ball in the 10th. And she gets 8, leaves the 5-7. Switch over to the boys who have started their Baker match. The boys have started out first. Well, they must have had a spare in the first frame. The next 3 frames were all strikes. So Sydney finishes with a 170, and Abby can't convert either of those, and she'll finish with a 174. All right, we've got Jacob bowling in the number 5 spot for Napoleon. And it comes over and knocks out the 10. That's a strike for Jacob. Anthony Wayne. They'll get a strike. We've got Preston up for Napoleon. Good looking ball, but can't get the 10 pin to fall. Spare attempt underway, picks it up. Riley up for Napoleon boys. And he gets a strike. Anthony Wayne girls are still finishing their last frame of their individual match. Anthony Wayne with 3 strikes in a row now. James Gherkin up for Napoleon. He gets 9, leaves the 4 pin. Anthony Wayne gets 9, leaves the 3 pin. James, spare attempt coming. Gets it. That'll bring up Ashton in the number 4 spot. Anthony Wayne converts their spare. right, we've got the girls' final totals here. We had Abby Detmer with 174. The sub was a 170. Ella Fox with a 176. And both Heather McMahon and Jalen Ruppel with 199 for a total of 918. That gives them a total of 1,800 for the two individual games. Anthony Wayne had a 111, an 87, a 106, a 112, and a 112 for a total of 528. And a total of the two is 1152. Anthony Wayne picks up their spare in the 8th frame. Jacob looking to close out the first match here. Starts out with a strike. They'll bring up to Anthony Wayne's trying to convert their spare on lane number 8 for the girls. Leaves it inside. That'll bring up Sydney bowling in the number 2 spot. And she gets 8, leaves the 6-10. We got Jacob. Second ball, 10th frame, another strike. Sydney looking to convert her spare here. Looks good. Holds on. Brings up Jacob. Final ball, 10th frame. Gets 9. That'll give him a 226 for the first Baker game. Abby Detmer up for Napoleon girls. Gets 9, leaves the 2-pin. Anthony Wayne gets 9 on their first ball in the 3rd frame. Abby picks up her spare. And Anthony Wayne boys finish the first Baker match with a 202 with a strike 7 spare. Brings up Heather, it looks like, maybe in the number 4 spot here. First, we've got to wait for Anthony Wayne. And she misses outside. Roll, but leaves the 4-7. Riley, first frame, second Baker match, starts out with a strike. Anthony Wayne also had a strike in their first frame. Back to Heather. Picks up her spare. We got Preston Miller up on lane 4. Ooh, hits a little bit heavy, goes through the nose, leaves the 4-6-7. Brings up Jalen. Is that Jalen? No. Yeah, Jalen in the number 5 spot. She gets a strike. Preston trying to get at least 2 here. That's what he does. That'll bring up Ella. She had a split on her first ball, first frame. See if she makes the adjustment here. James Gherkin just got a strike for Napoleon boys. She does. She gets a strike. Elijah up for the boys, lane number 4. On its way. Gets 9. Sydney with 9, leaving the 10 pin. Looks like Elijah left. Looks like maybe a 6 pin. Either the 6 or the 9. I can't tell from here. Anthony Wayne with a strike. That's at least 3 in a row for them. Elijah picks up his spare. Sydney couldn't convert. Abby up for Napoleon girls, lane number 7. Ooh, leaves a split. Oh, one of them went down. Leaves just the 10 pin. That looked ugly for a minute. And Anthony Wayne's run of strikes comes to an end. They get 9 in the 7th, leaving the 6 pin. Got Jacob up for Napoleon with a strike for Napoleon. Anthony Wayne does not convert their spare on lane number 3. Heather up for Napoleon girls, lane number 7. Gets 9, leaves the 10 pin. Riley Ehlers got a strike over on lane number 3. I'll bring up Preston, I'm sorry. Preston's up next. And he leaves, looks like the 9 pin. Heather's up. Spare conversion. She's got it. Preston looking to take out the 9 here. Anthony Wayne got 8, leaving the 310. Preston picks up his spare. Brings up Jalen. Lane number 7, 10th frame. First Baker gets a strike. James got a strike for the Napoleon boys over on lane number 4. Jalen, second ball, 10th frame. Another strike. Last ball, 10th frame. And she gets 8. That'll be a 190 for Napoleon. Anthony Wayne picks up their spare on lane number 3. That was in the 10th frame. Jacob with a strike to start 10th. Anthony Wayne with a possible maximum of 191 if he strikes here. And that's what he does. Jacob, second ball in the 10th. Anthony Wayne girls finished with a total of 86 in their first Baker game. Another strike for Jacob. He's on a 207 pace for the second Baker for the boys, if he can strike it out. And Jacob gets a strike to finish with the 207. Spencer Schweiger starts it off for the Napoleon girls with a strike. I'll bring up Ella in the number 2 slot. Good looking roll, but can't get the 10 pin to fall. Anthony Wayne picks up 2 of the 4. Spare attempt underway. She picks it up. And Anthony Wayne looks like they get the strike. Kind of a delayed reaction. Will have to be a scoring change there. Sydney with a strike. Nice ball, Sydney. Napoleon boys start out with a strike. Brings up Preston. Preston follows suit with a strike of his own. That'll bring up James next. Strike for Anthony Wayne in the second frame for the boys. Oh, crosses over, ends up leaving the 6-10. Anthony Wayne a little light, leaving the 1-2-7. James, spare attempt. Picks it up. Anthony Wayne girls, lane 7, spare attempt underway. She got 8 in her first ball. Misses. Heather, lane number 8 for Napoleon. Gets a strike to get things going again. That'll bring up Spencer again. She started this Baker match with a strike. And she'll continue. Second one for Spencer. Anthony Wayne got 8 on their first attempt. And frame number 4 picks up the spare. That'll bring up Ashton. Ashton in the 5th spot. And he gets a strike. Ella gets 7, leaves a split. She ends up leaving the 6-7-10. Try to take her 2 here. And ends up losing it to the right. That'll bring up Sydney. Elijah for the boys just left a 4-6-7-10 split. Sydney leaves a split of her own, the 8-10. So Elijah will try and take care of at least 2 of these here. Does so. That'll bring up Preston. Preston gets 9. The last one's wobbling, but won't go down. Can't get the... Sydney picked up 1 of the 2. Evidently the score or the rack thought the 9-pin had fallen for Preston and gave him the credit for the strike and swept the rest of the pins away. So we're waiting for a re-rack there. Abby ends up hitting light and leaves the 1-2-4-10. See if she can hit to the left of the 1 pin. Nope, just picking up 3. Anthony Wayne got 9 on her first ball. Looks like a 6 pin. Picks it up. They did re-rack the 9 pin, and Ashton was able to pick that up. Heather with a strike for the girls in the 9th, to start the 10th frame. James up for Napoleon, hits light, leaves the 1-2-4-10. Anthony Wayne gets 9, leaves the 10 pin over on lane number 3. James hits on the right side, picks up 3 out of the 4. That'll bring up Riley. Meanwhile, Heather has a strike on her second ball. We're going to stay with the boys because I believe this is their 3rd Baker game that they're finishing up. And then we'll switch over and watch the girls' 3rd Baker game in its entirety. Anthony Wayne with 9 in the 9th. Left the 10 pin. Riley. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Ashton. Ashton with a strike. Anthony Wayne can't convert. Ashton with another strike for his second ball in the 10th. So Napoleon girls finished with a 166 in their second Baker. And Anthony Wayne girls finished with a 157. Anthony Wayne picks up 8, leaving the 4-7. Ashton's last ball crosses over, but Brooklyn for the strike. Napoleon boys finished with a 183 in the third Baker game. All right, we'll switch over to the girls. We got Jalen Rupel. Jalen. She starts out with a strike for Napoleon. Anthony Wayne, the boys, to finish up, gets 9 counts. They finish with a 167. Spencer Schweiger with a 9 count leaves the 6 pin. Anthony Wayne starts out with 8, leaving the 4-5. Spencer picks up her spare. Anthony Wayne's spare attempt underway. She picks up 1. In the number 3 slot for Napoleon is Ella Fox. And she starts out with 8, leaving the 4-6 split. Anthony Wayne loses that one off her hand. Ella tries to pick up 1 here. That's what she does. Takes out the 6 pin. And Anthony Wayne gets 8 on her second ball. That brings up Sydney for Napoleon. Sydney hits a little bit light. Ends up leaving the 127. All right. For the boys, we have Baker games of 226, 207, and 183 for a total of 616. Add that to their match play total of 2146. And they end up with a total of 2762. Anthony Wayne had Baker games of 202, 191, and 167 for a total of 560. Their match play total was 1,664. And that gives them a team total of 2,224 pins. Sydney did make her spare. Anthony Wayne looking down her own spare attempt here. And she loses it off to the left. Abby Detmer in the number 5 spot starts out with a strike. And Anthony Wayne gets 9, leaves the 5 pin. And a strike for Jalen to start the 6th frame. That brings up Spencer in the 7th. And she gets 8, leaving the 2-8. And she gets 1. Anthony Wayne gets a strike to start their 5th frame. Brings up Ella, frame 8 for Napoleon. She had an unlucky split the last time. This time she leaves the 10 pin. I'll take a 10 pin over a split any day. And she loses it inside. Anthony Wayne with a 10 pin of their own on lane number 7. And she pushes it outside. Sydney coming up for Napoleon. With a strike. Nice ball. And Anthony Wayne gets 8, leaving the 6-10. That's their 7th frame to start. Abby, 10th frame to close it out. Gets a little bit light. Ends up leaving the 2-4-5. Spare attempt underway. Looks good. Oh! Went a little harder than I thought and left the 5 pin. So Napoleon finishes the 3rd Baker game with a 160. Anthony Wayne with 3 frames remaining. Hits a little bit light. Ends up leaving the 1-2-4. And she converts the spare. Nice. Nicely done. Second ball, 9th frame. And it looks like she gets 7, 6. Final bowler. She starts out with 9, leaves the 10 pin. And it hangs on. She gets her spare. Final ball underway. And she gets 9, leaves the 6 pin. That'll give them a total of 104. We'll get the final totals here momentarily. All right, so Napoleon girls with Baker games of 190, 166, and 160 for a total of 516. Add that to their match play total. Something doesn't look right here because they had match play of 888 and 918, but they say match play total is 1800 and a total of 2316. Anthony Wayne had Baker games of 86, 157, 104 for a Baker total of 347. Match play total of 1152 for a total of 1499. So both the boys and girls are victorious tonight. So as always, thank you for joining the live stream. We'll have another match coming. I believe it's next Monday, the 11th. So hopefully you will join us then. Thank you, and I'm signing out.